Say hello. Introduce yourself, Brittany, to people who might not know you, our first timers.
For you guys that don't know, I'm Brittany Henry, producer on The Sims 3, and I am so psyched to be here to show you guys our first look of Into the Future. We've worked hard on this forever, and we're so happy to show you guys what it looks like when your Sims can travel into the future and back.
And just a reminder, the game is still in development, so what you're looking at today is even an alpha build of The Sims 3 Into the Future.
Yeah, so, you know, things are still in progress. We're still doing
Life
some
is
polish.
a surprise.
You know.
The Sims is always a surprise, and it's better of a surprise when we play with pre-final builds. So let's see.
All right, guys, let's get into the game. So this is Finley and James, and with a little help from their friend Emmett the Time Traveler, they have actually arrived in the world of the future. And I think really it's probably best if we just kind of take a look around. So, of course, the Time Traveler has a house, and he is happy to share his home with you while you're staying in the future if you need a place to crash.
I would love to share that sort of house with anybody.
It's like a hotel. It's huge.
Welcome.
But, you know, there's some really cool, like, lakeside property here, reservoir side property for, you know, if you want to save up your money and kind of buy your own house in the future. There's definitely some opportunity to do that.
Yes.
And, of course, you guys can see kind of a little peek out there into the wasteland. I won't go too much into that because I'm going to show you guys some more of that stuff in the future. But of course, there's tons of stuff. Like, there's so much stuff to do in this world, and it's so beautiful. There's all this residential area, all these really cool, like, futuristic, like, turbines and things like that. These cool kind of pieces to the world. And then, of course, my favorite part, which is the downtown. The architecture of the future is, like, so cool.
Yeah.
These buildings are amazing, and they're beautiful. And I'm driving and talking at the same time, so if the camera's bad, I'm sorry.
I love seeing the fact that in the future there's still some green, you know?
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's not this desolate, you know, sandstorm
I hope this
future.
is what the future looks like.
Yeah, there's still some.
know?
I would like to be able to smell oxygen.
Tons of green parks, of course, holographic billboards. I mean, everything in the future's got to be holographic, right?
Yeah.
That's if TV's taught us anything.
Hollow everything.
If it doesn't hollow, it hovers.
It hovers.
So I think we should go and start off with a quick visit to the import shop.
That sounds like something I would love to do even now. Does that mean shopping?
Can we go shopping?
Can we go shopping?
All right, Finley and James, let's go hop into our hover taxi.
And so there's even new modes of transportation.
Definitely.
In this world,
hover
right?
cars,
like
hover
you said,
scooters.
if it's not hollow,
yeah,
it hovers.
It hovers. All right, come on, kick it in gear, Finley. You're taking forever. So we're going to do a quick trip. Quick trip over to the import shop. I love this place. So there's tons of stuff to explore in this world. There are all sorts of things, but this is one of my favorites.
Nice.
This is the Mall of the Future.
Welcome to the Mall of Tomorrow!
Woo! There's all these cool pedestals here, and these pedestals display all sorts of cool stuff that you can buy and take back to your present day world with you, or you can just use them while you're here. So Finn's going to go over here and browse. Obviously, right now, I think there's a jetpack on here, but I kind of want to look for a hoverboard.
Okay.
So we'll have her come over here and check it out.
So you can choose the items.
Yeah, so there's a amount of items that each one of these things will display, and you can kind of go through and cycle through those things if you don't see what you want right away. And of course, this is a cool place to hang out, even just because there are tons of people here. Plumbot's running around.
Was there just a bunch of Somalians that just like
She
threw up
made it
in
rain.
the air? She just
Yeah.
made it rain. I'm
Yeah.
buying this from the pedestal. Somalian.
Done. So now that she's bought it, it's in her inventory, and I think we should take this thing out for a ride. So we'll head out here. And she's a little wobbly.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, first time on a hoverboard.
Okay.
You're gonna kind of be a little unsure and a little wobbly. But the really cool thing about this is there's actually an advanced technology skill.
Okay.
So as you
Ooh. Ooh.
rough dismount.
That was a rough dismount.
As you practice and experiment with these objects in the future, you can actually get better at using them. So
And in the future, you actually learn how to use these technology faster.
yes,
correct? And you
yeah.
build that
One of the
skill
benefits to
faster.
being in the future and being surrounded by all this cool technology is that you kind of absorb it a little faster and you get better at using these things a little quicker.
Yeah.
And of course,
Cool.
she needs a lot of practice.
She needs a lot of practice. Let's stick with walking right now.
All right, let's switch over to James. Let's see. We'll let Finn practice for a little bit. The other cool part of this gallery shop is actually the clothing section. So you can actually go and browse and buy clothing of the future right here in the gallery shop. So similar to the object pedestals, there are these great clothing pedestals. And for those of you who are kind of cast aficionados, you'll notice that these outfits are not all new, but we're working on getting all this great new cast into the game right now. And one of the great things about it is all the new stuff will be available to buy here right off the mannequin. So James is actually, he's not a young adult female. So he's actually going to look for something more in his style.
Yes.
And he can actually now just purchase it right off the mannequin. Or if you don't want to purchase what the mannequin's wearing, you can actually make a custom outfit, which will take you into cast, and you can customize your own thing.
That's really cool.
And it's really cool, kind of like flavor shopping of the future.
Like a self-tailored made.
Absolutely.
Like a personal shopper.
That
personal shopper is yourself. Okay, you already have that outfit, but it's just like me. I like to buy multiple things. I get it.
So now James is ready for the future.
Nice.
He blends in a little bit more, and oh my gosh, look, there's a Plumbot.
Yes.
I think we should meet a Plumbot.
Yeah.
These guys are awesome. Come on, James, go say hi. Don't be scared.
He's a little,
He's shy.
He's shy. He just got here.
And of course, there's a giant middle man walking toward
Yeah.
him, so it's a little worrisome, but he's friendly.
Yeah.
So I think because these Plumbots are so cool, and James is a little bit of a tech head anyway, I think he's actually gonna go make his own Plumbot. And what better way to do that than to go and visit the Nuts and Bolts Bot Emporium? So the Nuts and Bolts Bot Emporium is actually kind of the place that you go in the future to buy Plumbots, or to buy parts for Plumbots, or to
Okay.
kind of just hang out and work on your bot building skill.
That's what I do on a Wednesday.
Totally.
Bot building.
Bot building, whatever. Oh, Finn, get off your hoverboard and
She's just really trying. She's like, I must master
gotta
this.
get-
Oh!
I've got to get this.
Too bad.
All right,
Try
off the
again.
hoverboard and into the hover car. Let's go. And as you can see, there are actually tons of different hover cars and like lots of variety. I
Yeah.
mean, that's kind of like it's a hover truck. I guess.
hover station wagon?
Yeah, hover hatchback.
Like
I don't
a
know.
retro with future.
So this shop is really awesome. It's obviously run by bots, and there are registers here where you can buy things. You can buy trait chips, and you can buy all sorts of cool things for your bots. As you can see here, there are these display stands. So if you want to, like, no fuss, no muss, you come straight in here, and you can buy a bot, take it home with you. They actually come pre-programmed with a lot of different chips and things like that. But, James, I think we want to build bot building skill.
Yes.
So bot building skill is what you use to build bots, to discover new trait chips for bots, to program bots, to upgrade them, and of course, it all runs right here through the bot workshop. Which
And
is
as
cool,
you
kinda.
build up on your bot building skill, what happens? Like, what benefits
Oh
do
my
you
gosh,
have?
so you go from kind of like discovering the parts to make bots, like the bug of the future is the nanite.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, nanites have kind of escaped out into the wild.
Yeah.
But you can also learn to make these little nanites, and you use nanites to make bots.
Okay.
So you start off kind of doing things like that, learning the parts of bots. Then obviously you can actually customize a bot that you bought. So
Yeah.
if you go in here to the future, you can buy a bot and then obviously take it here to the bot workshop and load into brand new create a bot mode. So I know I talked about this a little bit before,
Yeah.
but I absolutely love create a bot.
And I'm so happy that you get a chance to see this.
This is
I
so cool.
have spent literally, I kid you not, hours in this, just customizing my bots.
I think everyone has.
Yeah.
And there's so much stuff like in create a bot mode. Like you've got all these great bulky bots, and I just actually like to kind of like sit here and hit
That's a
randomize.
macho Plumbot.
A little bit.
A hover, there's hover,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's kind of feminine, a little bit with the skirt there,
All right. That's hefty Plumbot.
Oh, I love these guys. This is so
Worked
good.
out the top portion, but not the legs.
He skipped leg day.
he skipped the legs.
So of course, once you kind of figure out a bot that if you want to randomize, or you can actually go in and you can pick heads, torsos, arms, legs. You can name your bots. So I think let's name our bot Reboot.
I think I read it as Reb 00T. I rather this
It's
robot
Reboot.
is called Rebib 00T.
And of course, you can customize the gender for your bot and the voice, every bit of
Yeah.
it, and then totally go in and create a style, all the different parts of it. So this is something that I really love to do. You just kind of go in and pick all the different colors and all the patterns. Like I think Lauren mentioned before that this is the place where you can actually use some of those crazy patterns that you don't use anywhere else, and they just look so cool because
in Creative Pattern. Even like quoting stuff from Creative Pattern, the patterns that you make yourself, right?
Definitely, absolutely.
Because I have done that. I've done some pretty crazy things onto my Plumbots while playing with this.
All right, so my color choices may not be totally great, but
I feel like it's this Plumbot making lemonade or limeade or.
All right, fine, we'll go all white.
Do you and do more of it, Brittany.
There
you
go.
All right.
He's all white now.
All right. That's a nautical looking feeling.
And they have all these great, like you can see here, they have all these great kind of like decals and stuff. So there's some preset decals and some cool things there, kind of like a race car.
Yeah.
It's a very race car vibe. Now, of course, once you've made a Plumbot and you've got him looking, or her looking just the way you want, when a Plumbot first comes out of the Create-A-Bot, it's alive! When a Plumbot first comes out, they're actually, as you can see here, they're kind of a bit different from a normal sim, right?
Yeah.
So you've got some things here that are grayed out, and then of course the needs are totally different. Like as of right now, Reboot has no need for any social or fun, because it's a robot, right?
It's a robot.
So the only needs, they're actually super easy maintenance. Like you have a maintenance motive and a battery power, and as long as you keep them charged and tuned up, your bots will pretty much take care of themselves.
Yeah.
And actually, they can take care of themselves. They can charge themselves. They can siphon power from objects around your house.
Nice.
So they can totally, siphon power from the fridge.
Because my armpit always needs maintenance.
Yeah.
I mean, can someone please get me feeling a little...
Making sure it's working.
Making sure it's working.
Good, but of course, if you really want to put some personality in your bots, the best thing to do is to make a trait chip.
Okay.
So the trait chips, these are things that you learn with your bot building skill. You can discover new recipes for trait chips, and they start out pretty easy. Things like making a handy bot to repair things around the house, or making a cleaning bot to kind of mop up after you, all the way into things that are way more advanced, like simulating emotions or being able to learn things, to pick up skills and learn skills, even the capacity to love.
I can only imagine the surprising gameplay that once you start introducing the abilities of human emotions into your
absolutely.
robot. Danger!
And it's really cool because not only does it kind of unlock the same sort of behavior that you would expect for a normal sim, but they actually have some cool things that are unique to being a bot.
Yeah.
So each one of these chips introduces like a whole new level of gameplay, and you can just kind of mix and match them like crazy. So as you can see, there's actually a space here that's...
The most important question is, do they have the capability to love?
Oh, yes. Bots need love too.
Bot loving.
So you do need components to make these chips, so that you can buy things here at the Bot Emporium, or you can actually go out in the world and discover pieces and things to make these chips with, and they all kind of have different things that they need. So for right now, we're going to make a simulated emotions chip, and I think I'm going to make a mini moods chip.
Okay.
Now these things, I picked these two in particular because they kind of focus on giving your bot mood, or interacting with other sims.
Okay.
So you actually, it's super easy. James can just come up and he can adjust the trait chips on Reboot, once Reboot's done tuning up.
Rib 00T.
Yes.
Again, it's called
You're
Rib
determined
00T.
to not believe that Reboot...
I know, it's not Reboot.
So... I'm going to wave my future tool here at you and ask you to
Please
shut down.
come over here as I stick this in your neck.
I need to work on you. And so this great interface is actually super cool and super easy to use.
Yeah.
You just plug the chips that are in your inventory straight into the bot,
All
and you
right.
can do this on the fly at any point that you want to. So you can basically just kind of go, oh, well, I'm tired of you having a mood. You're getting on my nerves. Like, go away. I'm going to rip the mood out. Sorry. And as you can see right now, Reboot, because he just came from Create-A-Bot mode, he's a brand new bot, he has 3 trait chip slots available.
Correct.
But as you build your bot building skill, you can actually upgrade bots to have more trait chip slots and give them kind of more personality chips at one time. So you can kind of have, it's a full-fledged range of personality all in one bot.
So as you kind of level up your bot building skill and then kind of tweak your Plumbots, it allows them to have more slots. And then
it does. There are actually some other things that you can do when you upgrade them. Like
Yeah.
you can, as you can see right here, let's switch over. into the Simology
Oh,
panel for
okay.
Reboot. So Reboot is kind of a low level quality right now. He's kind of holding.
He's duct taped.
He's holding it together. He's duct taped. But as you can upgrade and tune up your bot, and as you do that, you can actually increase the quality of your bot, and this will make them more efficient. They can hold their battery power for longer. They
Yeah.
can go longer without breaking down.
And I noticed that you're using, the pronoun he. So even in CreateABot, Plumbots can even be male or female.
Oh yeah,
correct?
definitely. Yeah, the personality and stuff starts just
Yeah.
from there. Like you
Yeah.
can start telling the story of your bot romance right from the
Yeah.
beginning when you're making
Yeah.
them and create a bot.
Robot to robot romance. Let me just clarify that.
Robot, yeah. Well, actually,
Oh, ooh, whoa.
actually, humans and bots can flirt a little.
Wow. Okay.
So there's some light levels of romance there.
It's getting real. Plumbots.
So now that Reboot has these chips installed, the simulated emotions chip can actually let you change the mode of your bot. So
Yeah.
Reboot is going to enter into sad mode. So this basically just immediately puts him in a kind of a bad mood,
Yeah.
right? Like he's now in sad mode, and because he's now in sad mode, he actually has some new socials, so he can actually now have a good cry. And this is unique to when he is in sad mode,
Oh.
right? Oh, it's okay.
Robots need hugs too.
Of course. And also, because we installed the Mini Motions chip, Mini Moods chip,
Yeah.
not Mini Motions. Mini Motions? The Mini Moods chip, you can actually affect the moods of other Sims. So with that chip, you can actually, Reboot here is hitting James with a happiness beam, and even though he knows it's artificial, he's now like super happy. So these guys are super handy to have around. They, have lots of things that they can
Nice.
do. If you don't want to hit them with a happiness beam, one of the things I really love to do, who wants a body massage? But you should kind of be careful when you ask a bot for a body massage.
Don't shake the baby!
But it's effective, so he's
but
feeling good now.
Head warning, PSA from your lovely team here at TS3, do not shake humans or babies.
So, that's just kind of a brief look. That's what we've got for the demo today. That's kind of a brief look at Plumbots, a brief look at the world of the future. There's so much more to show you guys, though, and to see, and I can't wait for, future blogs and future, demos and things like that, so we can show you guys, of course, all the cool stuff with Plumbots.
Yeah.
All the cool objects, which we barely even scratched the surface of.
Yeah.
And then, of course, even just traveling back and forth to the future
Yeah.
itself. There's so many things that you can do, just experimenting with hanging out with the time traveler
Yeah.
and the portal, and ways that
Yeah.
you can affect the future, ways you can affect your descendants in the future. There's so much to do.